Well, tell me about why you.
Oh my gosh, why you? Exactly. I read the pilot episode on a flight, and as soon as I landed, I called everybody and I was like, I don't care if I'm on the show or not. I need to know when it's going to be going to air because I have to watch it. I need to know what happens next. And when I feel that passionate about a show, I mean, it's amazing to then be able to participate on it and be on it. So, yeah, I was excited.
I got to see 2 episodes.
Okay.
But the chemistry between Penn and you, a little scary.
It is a little scary. And I mean, just the dynamic of almost the 3 of them, it's kind of like a love triangle, if you will. So it was really fun to be able to play that. Not only is she the queen bee and slightly on the meaner side, but her relationship with Joe was really, really fun to play.
But I love those exchanges, Peaches and Joseph.
Yes. And just those like subtle eye moments where we're just like both kind of judging each other, you know what I mean? It was really fun.
Well, I gotta say, when I talked to Penn, he brought up your eyes. He said, she's got those eyes.
Just for we'd be in a scene and there was so many background artists and I would always find him and just be like, and he would do the same. So we creeped each other out. Yeah.
Okay, you are a social media icon. And this show kind of,
yeah.
So tell me about your take on social media.
There were a lot of elements in the script where I was like, okay, yeah, I've done that before, or hope no one's done that before, you know, because you are using it now to find out about people, find out about different things, and Googling different people and going on their Instagram. Sometimes, you know, you haven't caught up with them in person in so long, but you know everything that they've been up to. And I think that's the same with the show, but almost borderlines of like, when does that become too much? When does it become obsessive and stalkerish? Because there's a few moments in, you know, the episode where you're like, oh, is that romantic? And you kind of are confused with if he's being sweet or if he's taking it too far. And that's sort of the question throughout the season.
Now, Pretty Little Liars. There's all kinds of talk about reunions for all kinds of shows. Might there be a reunion for Pretty Little Liars?
You know, never say never. I think for right now they have The Perfectionist, which I'm so excited to see. So I'm curious to see how that is going to go, and then you never know.
Might you make an appearance?
You never know. That's the answer that I said for 7 years, you know, and they'd be like, what's going to happen next season? I'm like, you never know. Are you going to be around? You never know. And that's kind of my answer even till now. So never say never, you never know.
Well, and for you, congrats on a 2nd season.
Thank you.
So,
awesome.
Shooting in LA now?
That is where I heard that's going to be the next location. So he's going to be taking on LA. I'm curious to see the new characters that are going to be jumping on board.
I am curious. I mean, I watch like Shaycations and all, you know, and are you going to change how you do things after appearing on this show?
I think that as long as, you know, I try and be cautious sometimes. I don't want to post in real time always where I'm at. But even with, you know, traveling and that kind of stuff, yeah, I do bank a lot of photos and a lot of different videos that I do post at a later time. That's sort of how I do things, for the most part.
Well, what can you, why this project after Pretty Little Liars? Why you?
I loved the character. I loved that it was a 180 from the character that I played for 7 years, you know, and getting to play Peach was just fun, and the concept of the show and it shooting in New York, it just had all these really wonderful elements to it that I was really excited to be a part of.
And I love this look right now. It's kind of, is it peach or is
it? It's kind of peach. I mean, look at these like snake earrings. And then of course, Elizabeth Lael is like twirling in a flower dress. I'm like, yep, that's our characters too.
So you had input into Peach?
Absolutely. I mean, the style, yeah, for sure. I brought a lot of my wardrobe to New York and got to really play around with the stylist for the show to create her look and her image and her vibe. So that was really fun to have a say in that.
I hope this is okay.
Yeah.
I texted a friend of ours and asked if I should ask anything in particular.
Okay.
Did he warn you about this?
No, not at all. What was that?
He said, ask if she's in love.
Oh, that's so fun. Oh my gosh. Am I in love? Every day of my life. I think if one thing, you know, people would use to describe me to be passionate and in love just for everything. So 100%, I'm definitely in love.
I love that answer. Oh, I want to ask, were you a fan of Gossip Girl?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I grew up watching that show, and that, was one of the reasons why it's been on my bucket list to shoot in New York, because of Gossip Girl. And then I just got a bonus with a cherry on top of shooting with Penn. So it was amazing. Yeah.
And John Stamos?
And John, I mean, yeah, hello, Full House. It's crazy, but he still looks the same as I remember him like 20 years ago. It's kind of crazy.
So what can you tease us with next season?
Next season, I mean, just even the different location, because in itself, New York and the cityscape played a character for season 1. So it's going to be really fun to see, in Hollywood, what the different elements are going to bring, if it's going to make it easier or not. And it's going to be very, very fun to see the new characters come in, too.
This show also has strong women.
Yeah.
I mean, you play such a strong woman. What kind of message do you want the audience, because it's going to be girls watching, what kind of message do you want you to send to them?
I mean, yeah, I think me and the character that Elizabeth plays are very strong women, and I love the relationship that they have with each other. And I think that's what I loved, too, about Pretty Little Liars, was the fact that all those girls had such a strong bond with one another. And although at times, sometimes Peach doesn't come across as the sweetest, she does really care for Beck immensely. And you do see that. So I love the fact that their relationship is very strong.